Hi, everyone. My name is Mike Shingle. I'm the Director of Academic and Career Advising. Really happy to share information about academic advising essentials with you today. This is to help you plan out what to expect for advising and to help you prepare for class registration in the coming weeks. So we're going to cover information about defining advising and registration. We're going to talk more about the overall timeline for advising and registration and what you can expect. And then we're going to go into information about tools and resources that will help you to plan out your classes, help you to understand some of the questions you might be asking your advisor, as well as information that you can find both on our web pages and on Boxer Online. So what is advising? Advising is the set of meetings or the designated meeting time for you to meet with your advisor to plan out next semester's classes, to talk about your academic and career goals, and to really help you to understand what's coming, planning out your future. You do need to meet with your advisor at least once before you can register for classes. In fact, you will have a designated meeting time that you were emailed, and that should be the week that you meet with your advisor. So that way you can register on time. Registration happens later after you meet with your advisor. If you're not sure who your advisor is, you can find that information in student planning on Boxer Online. You would have received at least one, maybe two emails about advising, including your advising week and registration day. And then if you have questions about that, you can always come to our advising center and we can talk to you if you're not sure, if you have questions about who your advisor is or who you should be reaching out to. So when do you talk to your advisor? So I mentioned that you have a designated advising week. This is actually based off of the number of credits you've completed. So the more credits you've earned, the earlier you register. Right? It makes sense because seniors need specific classes, so they register first. They get higher priority than juniors, than sophomores, and so on. If you have completed college credits, they add up and they actually help you understand where you're at with your class standing. So you may have heard the terms freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Those things relate to where you're at in the registration cycle. So completed credits, and if you are registering for classes, then you're going to end up seeing these advising weeks line up with the credits that are earned. So for example, advising weeks and registration weeks based off of the completed credits. You will have a specific number of credits that have been, or a specific week that has been assigned to you already. So again, you can find your advisor's name and contact info in Boxer Online. You can see your credits completed under your progress or your academic history. And then you should be emailing your advisor now. If you haven't begun that email exchange, I would suggest you do that right away. So I mentioned your registration day is assigned to you, and also you have a registration time. Everybody registers at the exact same time, which is 7 a.m. on your registration day. Your registration day opens at 7 a.m. So you don't have to register right at 7, but the closer you register to 7, the higher your chances are of getting the classes that you want. If you wait until after your registration day, classes might have filled up or you might not get the time that you want. So great, how does all of this work and how do you understand how Boxer Online comes into play? So I want to go through the search for classes and I want to briefly talk about student planning. Student planning is more interactive and you can actually go into student planning even while we're talking today and look at some of that. We're going to spend some time talking about searching for classes and how that's important and what information you can use to help you decide on that. So hopefully you can all see I switched screens to our website, just our homepage, pacificu.edu. First, to get to Boxer Online, click on My Pacific. And then you'll see under Online Tools, Boxer Online. And from there, This is an old landing page, which will be updated very shortly in the next month or so. But in the meantime, you can actually just click log in and it will log you in to Boxer Online. And then you'll click students and then you'll look for a link that says new future Boxer Online. This will actually take you to the page that is more interactive. And this is the portal where you have a lot of grades information, financial aid information, things that are individualized to you, because this pulls in your student records. So, all right, you're thinking, all right, I'm going to meet with my advisor. I want to figure out what classes I should take. I have some ideas, but I want to do a little bit of work on my own. So in order to find out what classes are available, you can go into the search for classes page. And you'll see first that there's some drop-down boxes. And for term, I'm going to go ahead and select spring 2024. Now, we can either search by subjects, or we can search by some of these other parameters. I want to show you subjects, but I'm not going to search by this. I'm going to search by core designation, and I'll explain why in a second. So if you click on courses and sections, you can actually see the A to Z listing of the different prefixes or the different course subjects that we offer. So maybe I'm interested in looking at sociology classes. Maybe I'm also interested in looking up English classes, English literature. So that's a way that I can search. I would just hit the blue search button and it will give me those courses. I think that might be pretty obvious to most people. So I want to point out this other way to search. It's at the bottom here. It's called course designation. This is a way to search by core requirement. So core requirements are the things that everybody needs to do. This is your general education. So you might be familiar with these requirements already: analyzing and interpreting texts, creative process, civic engagement, historical context, etc. This is a way to search for classes that will fulfill these requirements. So I'm going to actually use the example of historical context. I'm going to leave everything else blank except for term and search for historical context. When I hit search, it's going to pull up search results. They're going to appear on the right, and then I can filter these results on the left. So this is really a cool feature because you can look at classes that are open by clicking open sections only. You can also further filter subjects by topic, by locations, days of the week, instructors, course levels, or you can see that there's some other course designations here, like international and diverse perspectives. The reason that that's important is because there is a way to double dip some requirements. So if you look at this column here, it says course designations. And if we're looking at the courses, you'll see that Global Art History 2 fulfills international and diverse perspectives and historical context. This is what we call a double dip. This is a way to complete 2 requirements by taking 1 class. There are some double dips that are possible, even some triple dips. So this is a tip for you as you're browsing through your classes. Let's say I wanted to read more about that class, Global Art History. I would click here and it would give me the same details that I saw, meeting information. It would tell me if there are any prerequisites, and it will give me a description of the course. You can even verify at the end of the course description, it counts towards these 2 areas. When you are logged in under your student account, you'll actually see another button here, and it will say add. When you click add, it will add it to your course plan. As you go in and decide which classes you might want to take, start adding classes, sort of like a shopping cart, where you're going through and you're doing a little bit of shopping, you're adding things to your cart before your registration day. Your registration day is like the day you check out and you pay for your classes, so to speak. So use that tool, use the search, use the filter, and then you can go into Boxer Online and add different classes. If you are interested in figuring out what classes might be required for certain majors, I want to show you our catalog. And our course catalog can be found at catalog.pacificu.edu. It can also be found by searching our webpage. There's a left-hand column here. If you go down to programs by college, you can see the A to Z listing of our majors. This is the College of Arts and Sciences and the majors and the minors and the programs. You'll see College of Business and then College of Education as well. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but I just want to show you under a specific major why this is a useful tool. If you click on a major, it will give you the requirements. It will tell you what the required courses are, and it will tell you what your options are for completing these other categories. So you'll notice that philosophy is a slightly smaller major. It's 34 to 36 credits. You're required to do these courses. You're required to do 8 credits of upper division electives, and then you're required to choose one of these classes. Then you have another category that says complete 2 courses. This will tell you what you need. And if you were curious, maybe you are interested in this major, Philosophy 100 or 202, since they're listed first, this is probably an introductory course, especially because it's a 100 level course. So maybe you go back to Boxer Online and you can search for this class. So if you go into spring and you're searching for that first class in the major you're interested in, philosophy, click search, it will pull up those courses. So you'll see Intro to Philosophy, Ethics and Society, etc. Some classes are offered every semester and some classes are offered on a different schedule. I'm going to just show you how you can search for that using the search box. If you're interested in philosophy courses, you can pull those up through the search, and you'll notice I didn't select any filters here, but there's a different view. And this is the way to view available sections by different terms. So this tells you when the class is offered. You can go down to different classes and see different offerings for different semesters. For example, this particular class, Islamic philosophy, it's offered right now for fall, and it's offered intermittently alternate years. So you can use this information as a guide to help you learn more about when a class will be offered. You can actually go in and add classes to future semesters even. So not just this winter and spring, but next fall and the following spring as well. So let's say you've gone in and you've added a bunch of different classes to your registration page. This is what it looks like. So you go into Boxer Online, you click on Student Planning, and then you go to where it says View Your Schedule. And these are the classes that you just put into your spring plan. This is what it will look like. You'll see a couple of important things here. Number one, you'll see a blue box, and it will tell you your registration day and time. And then it will tell you the classes that you just added. So in this case, this person added ethics, medicine, and healthcare. They added a physics class, and they added an English literature class. When you are in your Boxer Online, you'll see a blue box with a registration day. Then you'll see another blue circle up here. It'll say register for classes. When your registration day and time comes, that box will turn dark blue and you'll be able to click on it. One tip I have is to go into Boxer Online about 6:50, 6:55 a.m. before your registration time at 7. Start hitting this refresh button and you'll see that button above it turn blue. That's when you know you can register. So some people are really interested in registering at 7 a.m. and 1 second. So you can actually find that out by, if you're following a world clock or something, it just follows general standard time for the world clock time. You can also click refresh here until that turns blue. So I often get questions about registration, especially now when we're registering for winter and spring classes. So you might have some of these questions as you're watching this. So you will register for both winter and spring classes simultaneously on your registration day. Winter is unique because you only take one class during winter. While you may have a full spring schedule, like 16 credits, maybe you only have 2 for winter. Winter is optional. Winter is recommended. There's no charge for winter. There's usually not a textbook even. The classes run from about January 8th till about 2.5 weeks later. You still get break. You still get December break and a little gap before you start spring classes. But winter classes are usually really great to either catch up or get ahead. Classes may fill up before you register. So if a class is full, you might choose add to waitlist, and then you find an open class as a backup, especially if you're registering towards the end. You should hear from your advisor, and you should have heard from them by now. But if you have not heard from your advisor, please be proactive and reach out to them. You definitely want to make a good impression, but you also want to make sure you get to meet with them before you register. Okay, it's important that you don't delay and you're not late on that. Otherwise, you'll be registering late. So earlier I showed a graphic that showed different class standings and when you would register. This is also the credits as they relate to different class standings. So first year students or freshmen, 0 to 29 credits. As soon as you've earned 30 credits, you're a sophomore. As soon as you've earned 60, you're a junior. And then as soon as you've earned 90, you are a senior. You need 124 credits to graduate, and you should be taking about 31 credits per year. It's recommended that you take about 14 to 16 credits per semester. I do recommend winter term, and I do recommend that you front load your coursework. That way you save some flexibility for your junior and your senior year. So don't take the bare minimum, in your first 2 years. Try to take 16 credits if you can, and then junior and senior year, you can go down a little bit. So what if you're testing the waters on a major? Let's say you're not sure what you want to major in, but you're interested in figuring that out. My first suggestion is to take an intro course in the major you're interested in, going to the catalog, which is catalog.pacificu.edu, and checking that out, and viewing the requirements. You can also go to our handbook page on the Pacific U advising site. The handbook will have career information as well as academic information. Next, it seems obvious, but you'll want to start talking to your professors and your advisor about careers with these possible majors. You can also come and talk to us in the Advising Center. We can help you make connections between your academic journey and your career goals. What types of experiences are necessary to help you learn more or become better prepared for those careers? Are internships available, or is research required? What types of opportunities do you have to gain that type of experience? Some final tips on registration. Do make sure you go through and save a bunch of different classes in your list on Boxer Online. You can start to create that list of classes ahead of time. Make sure you wake up early. Don't wait until a couple days after your registration window opens to register. You want to register as soon as you can. Checking for holds, you'll see a red pop-up that will tell you if you have a financial hold or an academic hold. These holds are things like you have to pay down your account, or you haven't submitted your health record information. You can't register until you've fixed those issues. There will be a phone number on the pop-up that tells you who to call to figure out how to fix the hold. Make sure you have a plan A, a plan B, and then a plan C. You want to have multiple backup plans just in case. Check your schedule and double check your schedule. So once you've registered, it will turn green. Make sure that you're only registered for the classes that you wish to be, and make sure that you're not registered. Make sure that you are registered for all the classes that you think you need to be. Staying on track, I mentioned you need about 14 to 16 credits per semester to stay on track. That's about 4 classes if they're 4 credit classes. So do make sure that you're monitoring your total credits. If it's 124 credits to graduate, you need about 31 credits per year. You should be keeping an eye on that. You do need above a 2.0 GPA, grade point average, to stay in good standing. So make sure that you're paying attention to grades. A, B, and C grades keep you above a 2.0. If you earn a C-, a D, or an F, it will pull your GPA down below a 2.0. And then the more credits you earn, the earlier you get to register in the future. So at the Academic and Career Advising Center, we have a lot of different resources, including career exploration resources, information on declaring your major, internships, academic coaching, things like that. We have different resources and different programs available. So don't hesitate to come in and talk to us. If you're interested in scheduling an appointment to talk to a general advisor, you can do that on our webpage. I'm going to show you real quick. If we go back to pacificu.edu/advising, going to our website, coming down here, clicking schedule an appointment. This will give you options for academic advising appointments or career advising appointments. And when you click on that, it will take you right to a scheduling page. So we're available for general questions. We're available for support to you in addition to what your advisor can help you with. My suggestion is that if you haven't heard from your advisor, start there. Start to generate a list of questions, bring those questions to your advisor, and it will be a start of a good conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. If you have questions, definitely contact Advising Center at advisingcenter@pacificu.edu through email, or you can come over to the Advising Center and we'd be happy to help you out at any point.